hell of a tournament. I mean, the numbers he put up to get them to this point, the way he led emotionally, he had a balance of when to express emotion, when to show a little bit of calmness in the right moments. He didn't look frustrated. He looked like he was enjoying every second of this tournament, and rightfully so. He's picking up accolades afterwards. The most important one to him being that the team won the tournament finally.
And he not only had his teammates behind him, he had the world behind him. And as we went through this tournament, more and more people, I don't know if the same thing happened to you, people would text me and say, I want to see Messi. I want to see that moment. I want to see it for him, for the game, for everything that he's done. And it's just wonderful for that player right there that has meant so much to so many and had so many big moments, but hasn't had that one moment.
He's going to have a few more back and forth walks with some hardware. Top scorer, 4 goals. Top assist man also with 5 assists. And it's nice to see him with hardware. He's been given hardware before at the final of a major tournament, but it's been in defeat. And he's basically just handed it off and then went into the locker room to privately grieve. Now he can publicly celebrate.
It's nice seeing that smile. You're right. Every single time I feel like we've seen him receive an award, a personal award, it's kind of with a little a straight face. A defeated face, a face of like a consolation prize for him. And so to now get a chance to watch him walk across this stage, pick up a championship medal, and eventually hoist the trophy, wearing the armband for his country, no better moment.
And his country, I mean, that's the interesting thing, the interesting relationship that he has with his country. And, you know, over the years, at times, it just looking like it was a burden, and to be able to do this for himself, you know, I'm assuming that the great Diego Maradona is looking down and smiling and incredibly proud. The inevitable compare and contrast with him over the years that at times has been fair, hasn't been fair. A lot of people have always looked, yeah, but he hasn't had that one moment, hasn't had that moment. Well, he has that moment. And the man has done pretty much everything that you can do on the soccer field.
To that point, Lex, you're right. We've witnessed so many historic moments through his timeline of his career, and we got the opportunity again tonight. We're getting the opportunity again tonight to witness probably the one that's the most important to him. When he looks back on his career, if he doesn't go on to win a World Cup or have future success, more success with his national team, this will probably be the moment he looks back on with fondest memories. And I'm probably speaking out of turn in saying that, but just going based off of the way things have transpired with his national team and the comments he's made, this is going to rank high.
It's a gift. It's a gift that we get to watch him play and that we've been able to watch him raise that trophy and success.
All these scenes on the field, just pure joy, especially from the Argentina side.
And the role that Angel Di Maria will hold in this, the game-winning goal that he scored, the goal that Argentina couldn't get from other players in past finals, even Diego Maradona. We think of him in '86 World Cup and the goal of the century in the hand of God. It was Burruchaga who scored the winning goal for Argentina in the final after they blew a 2-goal lead to West Germany. We think about Emiliano Martinez, who 13 months ago couldn't get a game, could barely even dress as the backup at Arsenal, who is now a starter in the Premier League, made himself an icon with his penalty saves and his chirping as well in the shootout with Colombia. Papu Gomez, 33 years of age at his first Copa America, scored goals in back-to-back games to keep the momentum going for Argentina. Lionel Scaloni, who was an afterthought, an assistant coach, a co-interim coach at one point, handed the reins, pushed all the right buttons to get them here. At the end of the day, though, this is about Lionel Messi. Does your opinion of Lionel Messi change at all, or is it just a matter of that monkey finally being off his back?
I didn't need it, but I can tell you many people did in that argument. And also, you could tell by his comments leading up to it, seeing Lionel Messi and the penalties against Colombia and the intensity that he had, scissor kick, slide tackling throughout this game, doing what it takes because he needed this. And I think he wanted this more than anything. And to see him about to lift that trophy, you will see tears of joy, of passion, and just years and years of waiting and building for this moment that he's going to get that great release.
The weight of the shirt, the number 10 in the Albi Celeste, the stripes of white and sky blue. This tournament began with the images of the late Diego Maradona in computer animation in the opening ceremony before the opening match of this Copa America. It ends with the real-life vision of that man, Lionel Messi, 34 years of age, from Rosario, Argentina. who has done everything you can possibly do as a professional soccer player. And the last thing left to be done has been accomplished at the Maracanã in Rio de Janeiro. And you see the emotion on the face of those staff members, those players. What it means for them, yes, but what it means for him most of all. Alejandro Dominguez, president of CONMEBOL, will hand him a trophy that represents more than 100 years of South American soccer history. And for the first time in 28 of those years, it is going to Argentina. They have won the Copa America. Let's hand you back to Rob Stone. What a month, what a Copa America, what a moment for Messi in Argentina.
So now the narrative will shift to, okay, you won your Copa America, Lionel Messi. Now, let's see if you can do it on the big stage, the World Cup in Qatar next year. Lex, how do you think this win tonight, through the course of this tournament, impacts Argentina big picture going into next year's big tournament?
Well, I mean, from a Messi perspective, I actually think it motivates him because I think it relieves that pressure. And a Messi that is joyful, as we've seen, but now is relieved of that pressure, look out, because he still has plenty to give. From a team perspective, we've said, whether it's Brazil or this Argentina team, this entire pathway and all of the suffering, all the good and bad that has gone through, and ultimately coming out on top, that is huge for any type of team in terms of the development. And a team that is still coming together. Argentina!